I would like to give introduction about our next session. It is a workshop, our first workshop and the most important workshop as well, because while I was also going through agenda, I was finding it really, really interesting and really, really creative as well. Through this workshop, you will be able to learn few actions, few behavioral change, few tips, which are based on certain proven facts. That how can you position yourself as a leader in your workplace, and most of the people in the company are going to definitely nominate you, are going to definitely look up to you with respect to progression, with respect to responsibility. And in order to do this workshop, I would like to invite Ms. Rubina Jamal, trainer at PSTD, to kindly come forward and share her learnings with us.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so because this is a workshop and perhaps the most important part of the day, because we're going to tie up everything that you've heard all day long. You should have confidence. You should not worry about what other people say. But how do you make this change happen within yourselves? So this segment right now means that we all have to work very hard within this limited time to make our own strategy, our own game plan for how we're going to move ahead. Oh, I'm going to start by asking everybody stand up who sees themselves as the CEO of a company within the next 15 years. Stand up, please, if you see yourself as a CEO. Okay, all right. We have about 5, 6 people standing up. Let's see what we can do to ensure that all of us become CEOs. So, equitable advancement. We know what organizations want from us. We've heard what the panel has to say. Now let's see what we have to do in order to make that happen. Who becomes unforgettable professionally? Think of a person who you know, whom you've worked with in an organization, and you never forget that person. You say, wow, he was a legend or is a legend. People talk about him. Unki misalein di jati hain. Can you think of anyone? All right, now think of that person. Scan the QR code quickly and tell us what made them unforgettable professionally. You need to take your phones out if you're going to scan the QR code. I don't see any phones out. Come on, folks, this is very important for you. It ties up, it concludes what we have been talking about all day long. Scan it and let's see what you have to say. What are the qualities, characteristics of people who remain unforgettable professionally, who are legends, who are talked about? Shaukat Mirza Saab the at Engro. I remember working with him when I was very young. He's a legend. Okay, so what do we have? Their advice to become a better person, their honesty, passion, persuasive leadership, work ethic and empathy, better human beings, and there is exceptional leadership skills. So the term exceptional leadership skills, let's look at what it will take us to get those skills. All right, we still have some coming in. Go ahead. Because as I said, this is very important because this is where you tie in everything that you've heard and make your own plan. Why should we sit there and think, I can't become CEO of a company? It can be your own company. Command on their job, equality, way of working and handling, good listeners, standing up for people, helpful, being there, ownership, patience with teaching. So it's all about what they are doing for others. हम लोग भी करते हैं ना? We're women, we are natural givers. हम घर में भी करते हैं, हम बाहर भी करते हैं, है ना? In office also we're doing things all the time for others. At home we're doing things for others. We are givers. But why are we not making it to those senior positions? Why are we stuck where we are? Handsome, I love that one. Somebody has, yes, it's very interesting because if you look at the profiles of the CEOs in the USA, you'll find that they're usually tall people and good looking. But still, you know, it's not necessary that you have to be 6 feet 2 inches. People are not promoted on performance alone. How many of you work really hard at your job? Raise your hands. बाकी कुछ नहीं करते. सो गए, क्या हुआ? You work really hard at your job? Do you get the promotions you want? Raise your hands if you get the promotions. You always get the promotions you want? Okay, so working hard is not what gets the promotions. Let's look at it. Can we have the next one, please? People are not promoted on hard work. कहने को तो गधे भी बहुत मेहनत करते हैं. सबसे ज़्यादा मेहनत गधे करते हैं. Okay, so they should have been top of the line. They are promoted on, can we stop at trust? You know, when we talk about leadership, the most fundamental thing that a person has to have is to win his team's trust. And you can say that trust, what builds trust? आपको कभी किसी ने सिखाया, पढ़ाया कि trust कैसे build करते हैं अपने team के साथ? Raise your hands if you have actually received any training. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so five people in this room have learned how to build trust. Do you think that trust is the fundamental cornerstone for leadership? Raise your hands. If you don't trust a person, आप उसको leader नहीं मानेंगे, है ना? ऐसे ही है ना? All right, so the question is, how do we win trust? बहुत सारी चीजें हम कह सकते हैं कि आप, you stick to your commitments, you help people grow, but if you're looking at the other side of the table, which is what we're talking about today, there's you on this side, and there are the people who are deciding promotions on this side. वो जब आपको trust करेंगे, वो सबसे पहले, सबसे important चीज क्या देखेंगे? Is sound judgment. Do they trust your judgment? Right? So if they see you as someone who has sound judgment, then you are going to be more likely to be moved into a higher leadership position. और ये कैसे होता है? Because we're very cautious, ना? Women are cautious by nature. हमें बचपन से सिखाया जाता है to be cautious, नहीं? उधर ना जाओ, हंसामा किचन में उधर ना, ड्राइवर के साथ अकेले नहीं जा सकते, पीछे देखो कौन है. So we live with a lot of fear. Is that not so? हम कहते हैं ना that we should be fearless, but since the day we're born, our parents have a special concern for women. And unfortunately, there are men in this room. Men are not guarded the way girls are guarded. Boys को हम थोड़ी सी खुली छुट्टी देते हैं. वो बाहर भी खेल रहे होंगे. And things happen outside also with boys, but society doesn't really talk about it. Girls are highly protected. And when we're highly protected, we learn to be cautious. But उस caution के साथ, we also learn fear of the unknown, fear of strange people, fear of unknown places, fear of the dark. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So when we're saying trust, they need to know that you will make sound decisions with good judgment. क्या आपके ख्याल में आपके दायरे में सारे senior level के decisions बहुत ज़बरदस्त होते हैं? सब सही होते हैं? Have you ever sat and thought कि ये कितना बकवास idea था और देखो इसका result क्या हुआ? But those people don't get penalized because they have had the courage to make a decision and try to do something new. When we don't have courage, then we don't make daring, bold decisions. And that's what it's about. आपको ऊपर जाना है तो आपको नई चीजें करनी है. And our fear of the unknown, of failing, वो जो था ना अभी, I think it was Dr. Zarka slide या किसकी थी about fear. We came up with quite a few reasons about why we feared speaking up in meetings, है ना? Remember that? So we said fear of being snubbed, fear of being wrong. So fear, जब तक हम उस fear को अपने अंदर से नहीं निकालेंगे, और कैसे निकलेगा वो fear? मुझे बताएं. Fear will only come when we are ready to make mistakes. Qaid-e-Azam said that I make decisions and then I make my decisions right. I don't sit and think कि ये करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, जिसमें हम फंस के रह जाते हैं. So, on trust, have the courage to make decisions, think through it, talk to other people, but you have to make bolder and bigger decisions if you want to get noticed. Visibility. How are we going to become visible? Because हम तो वैसे भी, can everybody stand up for a minute? Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Come on, girls, stand up over there. बिल्कुल पीछे भी खड़ी हो जाए सब. Everybody stand up. All right. Can you stand up straight and tall like this? Can you stand up like this? Straight and tall, shoulders back. Shoulders back. नहीं, हम क्यों normally कैसे खड़े होते हैं, है ना? I'm old enough to be able to say this, even if there are gentlemen in the room, because we are embarrassed by our body changes as we grow up. We become self-conscious, and we learn to start slouching and making ourselves smaller. The gentlemen in the room, ये कहीं जाते हैं, they stand up tall, है ना? सीना तान के खड़े होते हैं. वो कुर्सी पे बैठते हैं तो वो यूं करके बैठते हैं. वो टांगे फैला के बैठते हैं. हमें सिमटने की आदत है. This is what we've been trained. This is how girls sit. And I'm not saying कि आपको बिल्कुल उनकी तरह बैठना है. No, we are a different gender and it's fine. But we need to learn to stand tall because that's what people are looking at. You can sit down. Thank you. So remember, always stand up tall. Always keep your shoulders back because सबसे पहले तो आप नजर आ रहे हैं ना. All right. So we're looking at visibility. It's very important over here for visibility is that who are the people who know you? Who are the people who see you? हम क्या करते हैं? हम अपने छोटे से दायरे में रहकर काम करते रहते हैं. How many of you have actually gone to the CEO and spoken to him about something that you're concerned about? Can you raise your hands? आप खुद से CEO के पास गए? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have a gentleman there. 5 people have actually gone to the CEO. So your CEO doesn't know who you are. ऐसे ही है ना? आप तो कभी नहीं गए उनके पास, ना वो आपके पास आए. And until these people, the people in positions of power don't start to know who you are, you don't become visible to them, your name will never come up for those promotions. So we have to become better at networking. अच्छा, हम लोग networking क्यों नहीं करते? Again, बचपन से पे चले जाएं आप. ये कहना आसान है कि आपको networking करनी चाहिए. But हम क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं और कैसे करेंगे? I'm going to tell you these 2 things. क्योंकि जब हम छोटे as girls, we're discouraged from talking to strangers. We're discouraged from making eye contact. My father used to tell us, when we'd visit him in America, he used to say, यहाँ सब पागल हैं, eye contact मत करना किसी से. Right? So you're taught कि आप लोगों से एक distance रखें, don't talk to strangers. आप जाते हैं तो you go to your tour when you were growing up in your teens, you were not encouraged to just take off to any friend's house. वो भी monitor होता था ना कि किस दोस्त के घर जा रहे हैं, कैसे जा रहे हैं, भाई लेके जा रहा है, किस वक्त आ रहे हो, उनके घर में कौन-कौन लोग हैं, है ना? Right? So there, it becomes, we learn. It's a learned behavior that girls do not just make friends with everyone. Gate खोलना है, your brother will go. You will not be sent क्योंकि आपको नहीं पता gate के बाहर कौन है. And I'm not saying that throw caution out of the window. But I am saying that we need to understand कि हम आज networking क्यों नहीं कर पाते. और फिर वो लोग क्या कहेंगे, वो शुरू हो जाते हैं. If you do that networking, they might start saying things like, ये तो चलती फिरती पुर्जा है, ये हर एक से बातें कर रही. कभी इधर है, कभी उधर है. फिर लोग, आप किसी के ऑफिस में जाएं, चक्कर चल रहा है उसका, तो 2 दफा ऑफिस में गई है ना? We have to deal with all of these things. So we have to listen. सुबह जो बातें हुई हैं, डॉक्टर जरका ने कहा that don't worry all the time about what other people say. लोग क्या कहेंगे, ये वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने आपको कुछ नहीं देना. आप मर रहे होंगे ना तो वो आपको पानी का घूंट नहीं देंगे. जिन लोगों के डर से हम अपनी सारी जिंदगी सोच के गुजार देते हैं. So you should have a plan and make notes right now, because this is your key takeaway from the session. You should have a plan of who you need to network with in the organization. Know who the key people are. Find an opportunity. Think up some intelligent questions. Knock on the door and say, मुझे थोड़ा सा समझना था. The finance director, लोग complain कर रहे हैं कि finance वाले हर वक्त चीजें रोकते हैं, हर चीज वहां जाके अटक जाती है, payments delay होते हैं. So I just wanted to understand what goes on behind the scenes so that next time I can clarify it. So you're not just randomly wandering around having conversations, but you're showing that you're intelligent, you're interested, and you are going to be a big support to them. So we have make yourselves visible. You have to have a concrete plan of how you'll make yourselves visible. Can we have the next one, please? Credibility. Acha, credibility kaise establish hoti hai? Let me just take a look at what I had put down on this. Acha, visibility ka, I'll tell you one key way to become very visible very quickly. It's through presentation skills. जो अच्छे प्रेजेंटर्स होते हैं ना, वो उनको फिर लोग कहते हैं कि यार तुम ये प्रेजेंटेशन कर दो ना सीनियर्स के सामने, बिकॉज they know that you'll do a good job. And what that does, it catapults you into the limelight. It makes you visible in front of so many more people. वरना हम एक बॉस के पीछे फंस के रह जाते, हम छोटे से चूहे की तरह बॉस के पीछे फंस के रह जाते. So your credibility will come from the reputation that you carry. And remember that work is not about, it's not about the work you do, it's about the impact your work has. You become credible not because of the hard work you put in, but because you are able to show the impact of the hard work you've done. Now that's something to think about. How do you show the impact of what you're doing? And we need to show that impact in the right place to the right people who will be the future decision makers. I'm just going to speed up here. Consistency and perception. So let's say perception is how people perceive you, and consistency is, again, now remember, don't allow people to bully you if you, because we are the primary caretakers at home ना, हमें इन चीज़ों में पकड़ा जाता है कि जी वो तो बच्चा बीमार हो गया, घर चली गई, अम्मी को डॉक्टर के पास लेके जाना है, घर चली गई. Our consistency should be in the results we get, and don't allow people to judge you on those one-off things. Can we move to, okay, we're going to do a quick stand-up exercise. So you'll have to be very quick. So you'll stand up if this applies to you. Can I have the first one? Okay, first one, stand up. Next one, please. Okay. Stand up if you have over-delivered quietly. जितना आपसे एक्सपेक्टेड थे आपने उससे ज्यादा ही कर दिया. चलो मैंने ये इन्फॉर्मेशन निकाली, मैं इसकी प्रेजेंटेशन भी बना देती. स्टैंड अप दोज ऑफ यू हु हैव ओवर डिलीवर्ड क्वाइटली. Okay, sit down. Stand up those of you who have watched someone louder get an opportunity just because they were louder. The rest of you have not had that, seen that happen. Next one. Stand up if, we're on the third one. Stand up if you are the go-to reliable person, but not the high potential leader. कोई problem है, आपके पास आ रहे हैं, आप हर एक का problem solve करें. So you're known as the problem solver, but you are not known as a potential leader. Stand up if that's the case with you. You're good at solving people's problems. How many of you are good at solving people's problems? Anyone over here? So you have to stand up. Okay. So we want to switch from being the go-to person as a problem solver to be seen as the potential leader. Stand up if you have ever apologized before asking a question. If you don't mind, I would like to add in. मुझे एक बात करनी है, वो हम सुकड़ भी जाते हैं और हमारी जो टोनैलिटी होती है ना, वो हम उस बात को उसी से निगेट कर देते हैं. Because our tonality shows that we are not sure of ourselves. It is a suggestion. और उसके बरक्स जो लोग कामयाब होते हैं, especially the gentlemen, they will just come up with an idea and they will say कि ये बस ये तो करना ही करना है. This is the way out of this problem. So our tonality has to become more confident if we want to be heard. Continued working while emotionally exhausted. How many of you have been really tired but have still continued, come to work and can stand up, those of you who have done this? Right? So हमारी resilience की बात हुई थी ना पहले, we have that resilience to go the extra mile even when we're tired. Then what do we have? Avoided an opportunity because you didn't feel capable enough of handling it. I have to tell you from my experience as a trainer, as an assessor in assessment centers, in workshops, that this is one of the biggest things I've seen women do, thinking that I'm not capable of doing something. if you have been in the same role for 3 years, how many of you have been in this current role for over 3 years? Can you stand up, those of you who have been in the current role for over 3 years? Okay, thank you. All right, so what's very important here is that we move. हम अपने comfort zone में रहने के आदी हो जाते हैं. I know L&D very well. मैं training को अच्छे से देख लेती हूँ. But I promise you, if you stay with that mindset in a role for so many years, a time will come when your organization will decide, भाई इसकी तनख्वाह तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई है, इसका काम इतना नहीं है, we can hire someone younger for less money, इसको फारिग करो. अब आप किधर के रह गए? I see it happening all the time. और लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट में वो ट्रेनिंग डिपार्टमेंट में रहे, दे स्पेंड 10 years there, 15 years there, एंड देन जब उनको फारिग कर दिया, दे आर नॉट एम्प्लॉयबल एनीवेयर एल्स, बिकॉज नोबडी वांट्स समवन विद 15 years of experience in training and development. So it's up to you to make sure that you keep switching, कि आपकी CV पे नई नई चीजें आती रहे. This is a good litmus test, you know. Rewrite your CV every year. And if there's nothing new on your CV, then don't give yourselves a pat on the back. Tell yourselves, I need to do something new. हम अपने department के अलावा, we can rotate within our department, but we should also have the courage to move to other departments. Because if you look at the profiles of all the CEOs, वो कभी भी, usually वो एक department से चढ़ते चढ़ते, you know, assistant manager finance, falana, they will not get to the CEO position from there. You make that position when you have all-round experience within the organization. आपने marketing में भी काम किया, आपने HR में भी काम किया. None of it is rocket science. You can do anything that you want to. I just want to leave you with the last thought, that if your reputation is the most important thing. Let's just show them that video. Can we show them that video? It's a very important video. Now listen carefully to what she's saying. And I want you to think about what your story is when you listen to her.
I come from a conventional middle-class Nigerian family. My father was a professor. My mother was an administrator. And so we had, as was the norm, live-in domestic help who would often come from nearby rural villages. So the year I turned 8, we got a new houseboy. His name was Fide. The only thing my mother told us about him was that his family was very poor. My mother sent yams and rice and our old clothes to his family. And when I didn't finish my dinner, my mother would say, "Finish your food. Don't you know people like Fide's family have nothing?" So I felt enormous pity for Fide's family. Then one Saturday, we went to his village to visit. And his mother showed us a beautifully patterned basket made of dyed raffia that his brother had made. I was startled. It had not occurred to me that anybody in his family could actually make something. All I had heard about them was how poor they were, so that it had become impossible for me to see them as anything else but poor. Their poverty was my single story of them. Years later, I thought about this when I left Nigeria to go to university in the United States. I was 19. My American roommate was shocked by me. She asked where I had learned to speak English so well and was confused when I said that Nigeria happened to have English as its official language. She asked if she could listen to what she called my tribal music and was consequently very disappointed when I produced my tape of Mariah Carey. She assumed that I did not know how to use a stove. What struck me was this: she had felt sorry for me even before she saw me. Her default position toward me as an African was a kind of patronizing, well-meaning pity. My roommate had a single story of Africa, a single story of catastrophe. In this single story, there was no possibility of Africans being similar to her in any way, no possibility of feelings more complex than pity, no possibility of a connection as human equals. So that is how to create a single story. Show a people as one thing, as only one thing, over and over again, and that is what they become. It is impossible to talk about the single story without talking about power. There is a word, an Igbo word, that I think about whenever I think about the power structures of the world, and it is Nkali. It's a noun that loosely translates to be greater than another. Like our economic and political worlds, stories too are defined by the principle of Nkali. How they are told, who tells them, when they are told, how many stories are told, are really dependent on power. Power is the ability not just to tell the story of another person, but to make it the definitive story of that person. The Palestinian poet Mourid Barghouti writes that if you want to dispossess a people, the simplest way to do it is to tell their story and to start with secondly. Start the story with the arrows of the Native Americans and not with the arrival of the British, and you have an entirely different story. Start the story with the failure of the African state and not with the colonial creation of the African state, and you have an entirely different story.
What is your story? What are you known for? Please, today, when you walk out of here, start thinking about what story you want to be known for. वरना जैसे हवा में सूखे पत्ते उड़ते जाते हैं ना, हवा जहाँ भी ले जाती है, हम सूखे पत्तों की तरह उड़ते चले जाते हैं. You decide the reputation you want, the story you want to be told about you, which characteristics do you want to be known for? Is it hardworking? I've had people in workshops say that their biggest strength was that they were obedient. Sometimes I want to pull my hair out, really, when I listen to girls. When we take them for our leadership retreat, the girls don't want to go. They say, nahi, humne nahi jana, wahan bathroom kahan jayenge, ye kya karenge. They just cannot think beyond today. We have to think about the future, that if we're going to go to a leadership retreat, it will help us to become more than we are. I've never met a man who said things like, meri saas ko acha nahi lagega agar main leadership retreat pe jaunga. मैं नहीं जा सकता क्योंकि मेरे बच्चे हैं. हाँ? So मैं नहीं जाऊंगा क्योंकि वहाँ पता नहीं बाथरूम कहाँ जाएंगे कैंप में. So we have to become better at taking opportunities. We have to become better at being braver. Sometimes we will become braver and sometimes we won't. I did the K2 base camp trek at the age of 56, by the way. And I don't go to the gym or do anything like that. I just got up and went because I really wanted to go. One of the world's most dangerous and difficult treks. But I'm not willing to wear high heels and come up these 4 stairs. I'm sure that I'm going to fall if I do that. कुछ चीजें हम कर लेंगे, कुछ चीजें हम नहीं कर लेंगे. But we have to stretch ourselves. Keep stretching yourselves. If your dreams aren't scaring you, you aren't dreaming big enough. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. So anyone has any question?
First of all, thanks a lot for this interactive session. I want to just ask कि आपने कहा different flavors taste करें और अपने आप को explore करें. मैं अपनी story की बात करूं तो मतलब I was in teaching, then भाई के साथ business start किया, वो इतना अच्छा नहीं रहा. And then again अब दोबारा मैं नून अकेडमी के साथ काम कर रहा हूं तो हम underprivileged communities के अंदर schools खोलते हैं. तो the thing is कि जो चीज़ मैंने अपने मुतालिक explore की वो ये थी कि मैं teaching side पर ही ज़्यादा अच्छा हूँ और business में मैं उस तरह से flourish नहीं कर पाया. तो मतलब मेरे लिए ये किस तरह पॉसिबल है कि मैं हर चीज़ को ही जो है ना वो एक्सप्लोर भी करूं और उसकी पीक पर भी पहुंच जाऊं.
I'm going to share something very personal with you. My husband and I have worked very hard all our lives. He's been chairman, MD. हमने बहुत पैसे जमा किए because हम middle class family के थे. We were both the eldest. Our mothers were both single mothers raising us. हमारे हालात बहुत ख़राब रहे. So we decided that we're going to change this. और हमने बहुत पैसे जमा किए, बहुत investments की, इधर apartment, उधर apartment, जहाँ पैसे हाथ में आते थे, हम उन्हें लगा देते थे. And then my husband, like you, decided to set up a business. At the age of 50, he retired. He took retirement and he said, मैंने किसी के ना order नहीं सुनने आप. Even as chairman, he was fed up of being accountable. और 12 साल के अंदर we lost everything. वो निकलते गए, अब ये बेच दो, अब वो बेच दो, अब सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट्स बेच दो, अब माय यंगेस्ट सन उसकी जो एजुकेशन इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी थी वो भी बेच दी, लिटरली हर चीज बेच दी. And now 15 years later my husband has found a job, alhamdulillah. 15 साल बहुत मुश्किल गुजरे, but everything that he learned over that time when he was running his own businesses, now all those learnings, people respect him for it, and he's now setting up their businesses. So failure is fine. You will always learn something from it, and it will always give you an edge somewhere else.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Please don't stop this work. I know I had limited time. I had planned a lot of stuff to do with you, but you started thinking, na, ab isko chhodiyega nahi. Thank you very much, everyone.